Off to you, Sir Tom.
Okay, thank you.
We've built a little studio just for you.
Yeah.
We've upped the production value.
Well, there you go. It's well lit,
Here we
I
are.
see, so that's nice.
You can have the higher throne.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be lower down,
Well,
as
you're
is
taller than
appropriate.
I am. You're taller than
Only a
I am,
tiny
mate.
bit. Okay. So Tom Jones, a real privilege, genuinely a real privilege
Thank
to
you.
meet you.
Thank you.
It's going to be 5 minutes with a living legend, and the time starts now. I want to start by just asking you a little bit about your childhood growing up in Wales. What was it like?
It was great because I came from a town as opposed to a city. The town was called Pontypridd.
Near
Well, it's
Cardiff?
Still, 12 miles from Cardiff. It's in between Merthyr Tydfil and Cardiff. So it was great because there was a lot of hills around there, so great for kids to grow up in. I didn't realise it at the time. I thought everybody grew up like that. But and I came from a large family, a lot of cousins.
Your father was a coal miner?
My father was a coal miner, and so was his brothers. So it was a coal mining town, really.
Did you think you would become a coal miner yourself at first?
No, I had TB when I was a kid.
For 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years, from the time I was 12 until I was 14. So the coal mine was out of the question. So it must have been a blessing in disguise.
What did you do when you had TB? What did you spend your time doing?
Well, I couldn't. I was bedridden for the first year anyway. Then the second year I could get up for a couple of hours a day, but I couldn't sing. They told me not to do anything physical at all.
This was when you were how old?
From 12 to 14.
From 12, yes, you said, yeah.
So I started to draw a lot. I was sketching and painting and stuff like that, which took the place of singing. But then once I got up and then I started singing again, then the painting and the sketching was out the window.
And were you dreaming at that stage of being a massive star?
Yeah, well, ever since I was a child, I used to sing at parties, weddings and birthday parties, because I had a lot of cousins, and some of them were getting married, So when I would sing, people would say, you're going to be a star when you grow up. And I thought, okay, great. So that's what I thought was going to happen. But then, of course, when you get older, you realise it's not as easy as you thought it was. But I always had it in my mind, I wanted to be a successful singer. I wanted to do it as a profession. So I didn't have to go and do a job of work that I didn't like, because singing was very natural to me.
And now, of course, you've sold, I think I'm right in saying, over 100 million albums. Is that
That's what
true?
they say.
Tell me about the latest album.
The latest one is...
Quite personal to you, isn't it?
Yeah, more personal than albums I've done in the past because I co-wrote most of the songs. So I was with the songwriters from day one, explaining to them what I was looking for, what I was trying to achieve. And
one of the songs, I think, is a tribute to your wife, who you've been married to for over 50 years.
Yeah. So that was... when I was talking to the songwriter, Lisa Green, she said, you've been married for many years, think we could do something about that? And I said, sure. I said, the road always leads back to Linda. So she said, that's good, the road. So then, the road...
And she likes it, of course.
My wife loves it. First of all, she didn't realise it was about her. She just thought it was a beautiful song. And then I told her it was about her, and she said, great, it sounds great.
Now, the clock is ticking. You live in America. Mm-hmm. When you land back in the UK, do you still feel like you're coming home?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm British. I still have a British passport. I didn't become an American citizen. I have a green card, but I'm still British, that's
Do you see yourself, Sir Tom, more as a Welshman or a Brit?
Well, Welsh is part of the British Isles. I'm British, and because my forefathers on my father's side were all English. The Woodward, that's my last name. And then the Joneses came from my mother's side, but my father was born in Wales. He was the first one of his family to be born in Wales. They were all from England. And my mother, comes from Welsh. The Jones is what my mother's name was before she married my father. So I'm first and foremost, I'm a Welshman. I was born there. And brought up there. But I'm British, I have a British passport, it's not a Welsh passport.
I want to know what sort of secret skills you have. Are you brilliant in the kitchen, or...
No.
What makes you tick? How do you wind down?
Very easily. I like restaurants. I like fine wine, which I've learned to appreciate over...
Are you a collector?
Over the years, yeah. So, that's something I learned because growing up in Wales, beer was the drink then. But when I got into show business, I learned quite a bit about wine. So I like good wine and good food. So travelling is great for me because you go all over the world, you go to all these different restaurants.
Do you enjoy the fame?
Yes, because it allows me to do what I want, which first of all is singing, and then secondly is to travel, you know.
And you're looking amazing with your grey silver hair. You're going to keep it that way?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
What are you proudest of? Just a few seconds to go.
My voice is
You are known, of course, as The Voice.
there you go.
So Tom Jones, it's been a real pleasure. Time is up.
Thank you.
Really nice to meet you.
Thank you.